Thank you for having me for the first guest for PechaKucha, the first one ever. And personally, I like this guilty pleasure topic a lot. It's so random that I like it a lot. And it's just so everywhere in your daily life, whatever. It's just, okay, so something about me. My name is Chau, and if you found it difficult to pronounce, call me Joe. It's an English name I adopt from Japan. And this picture pretty describes myself. I love children, I love travel to rural areas, and we love to associate with the children, so we end up building school for them. And aside from that, I spend time traveling and enjoy taking awesome photos, posting on Facebook for like. And that brings me the experience of different, meeting different people and collecting different stories. And that keeps me addicted to this kind of traveling. So in myself, when I think about guilty pleasure, it's the negotiations between the mind and the heart. Basically, the heart doesn't listen to your mind, and your mind keeps saying you have to do this or that, but screw it. The heart just wants it all. And I have been in this situation a lot. The heart is just basically do not listen. And the brain is absolutely knowing not what to do with these things either. And even though it's warning a lot of time, but mistake is mistake, and you enjoy the pleasure of being break free. So like this one, the legendary 5 minutes every morning you have. Every morning you ring the clock and it's just 5 more minutes, just 5 more minutes. And that pleasure is really important because it makes you feel like, yes, I got 5 more minutes. How long is 5 more minutes? Basically, it gives you the sense of being escaped from the routines. And this thing about, woman things, you love pizza, hamburger, cupcakes, whatever, it's not good for your weight. But nowadays, I'm so glad that they say it. The magazine is Impossible Body Goal. So you have the perfect excuse for this, pleasure of eating, and, people just look for who you are. And we are all this together. We all have this kind of, guilty things inside your heart about, something you just know you shouldn't do, but you do. So I just hope this 20-second pass so I can start sharing my personal story of one of my guilty pleasure, which is Candy Crush. Woo! It's just, I chose this one out of many things because this one is inside your phone, which is basically follow you every day. And, it tempts you. So if you don't like food, you don't like eat fat food, you just stay away from the cab, you just, having vegan food, or you have things to stay away from, but the phone, no. The phone, no. Basically, it sticks with you every time, and you play Candy Crush all the time, and you keep saying, yeah, just this level, sure, just this one, I'm going to finish this quick. And, it's not that easy. Basically, Candy Crush is kind of really the most addictive things ever to me, even though I played it, just 1 year after they launched the games. So this is me during sometime my work in a certain times when they just launched Candy Crush. And I think I just spent about a few minutes playing that levels, and somehow I spent about the whole days playing and doing nothing. And I don't know why my boss don't notice it. But yeah, and then one day my friend sent me this photo. Basically, this is me. And they tell me like, okay, you basically just stand out of nowhere. You're basically not connected. And that's refer me to the very hilarious picture that we all know, that, the smartphone era. And my friends really don't want me to play the Candy Crush when I'm in communication with them. And by taking that photos, my friend just sent me a reminder of, being respectful to your friends when you are talking. And yeah, it's really feel bad. Like, okay, I know it's bad, but when you actually say it. So I actually try to cure that addictive habit. And I try to look up like, why do you, keep playing that game? Some people say because they give you this small challenge in life that you want to overcome it, you want to pursue it, they just target you in the right heart that you want to achieve something. But I think this one is even better. You overcome the addictiveness and you actually work and you achieve something. So I spent time, first I delete the apps And second, I just remind my friends if I start the habit of picking the phone on the table again. And somehow I reclaimed my work routine. And it feels good to fill out the checklist. It feels really good. And then you have, basically you continue your work. Having real conversation with friends feel really different. And, instead of using the phone for playing Candy Crush, I can use it to take selfie with my friends when we're traveling, which is better. And this feels really nice, and I keep on this, and I feel like, yeah, it's not guilty anymore. It becomes a real pleasure when you really face it. You really learn how to, handle your addictiveness. Until one day, you just realize that you have more challenge when the saga crust come out. So, basically this is a lesson, distractions, attractiveness, they will leverage in different levels. So by denying it doesn't help. Basically you have to face it. You have to learn and remind yourself, okay, this is not good for your health, mentally, physically. And that is because we are human anyway. So thank you for the pleasure for, having me sharing this topic. And I think this is one of our learning progress, which I think, the guilty pleasure is a sign for you to notice you have something to improve in yourself. And for that one, I just have a little final confessions that I like it when people really believe in everything I say.